Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Meme Omogbai, the Executive Director and CEO of CAA, and I'm delighted to have my colleague Laura Anderson Barbata, who is the Vice President for the annual conference, the 2022 annual conference. She and the annual conference team have done an incredible job in pulling together this conference. And that is our reason for being here today and to talk to you about our decision regarding that conference. Laura?
My name is Laura Anderson Barbata, and I am proudly Vice President of the annual conference and programming for 2022. So, our upcoming conference.
Thank you so much, Laura, for the amazing work that has gone into putting together this 2022 conference. And that's the reason we're here today to talk to you about the decision to make the conference all virtual. As you probably are already aware, there were three parts to it: in person in Chicago in February 16th through the 19th, then the virtual component, March 3rd through the 5th. Thereafter, we have all recorded sessions available through the April 14th. And the reason for this discussion today is to let you know that listening to what you have consistently told us through a series of quantitative and qualitative analysis and evaluations and feedbacks since last year, and listening as well and monitoring the developments with COVID, following the guidelines of the CDC and what's been happening in the city of Chicago, we have come to the conclusion that a decision is warranted at this time. This is consistent actually with CAA's history of responsiveness to the needs and the wants of our members to changing times since its founding over a century ago. And for those of you who are familiar with our centennial publication, The Eye, the Hand, and the Mind, you would see several examples of the way that CAA has responded to change lo this many years of our existence. And I am delighted that, again, this responsiveness benefits you, our members, and everyone that engages with us. And here's the rationale for this decision. First, it would come as no surprise to you that the health and safety of you, our members, and everyone that engages with CA is our highest priority. There is no way I'll compromise that. And so this decision has been affected and determined to a large degree by what's been happening with COVID, and also look into the implications from your perspective as you've been giving us feedback since registration went live. We are listening to you to give you what you have told us you wanted: quality, scalable number of sessions, and combining in person and virtual to the extent feasible in a way that does not compromise your ability to do that. And as you know, it's been reflected in the myriads of information we have been providing up to this point. And so, based on the feedback we got this last 24, 48 hours since assessing what has transpired since we went live, it became clear that with the feedback, we will be unable to give you what you seek and what we are committed to in terms of the quality of engagement, the quality of scholarship, the quality of interaction, and the overall way you choose to engage with us if we kept the format the same. And all of that has led us to this point of creating this all virtual format. From your perspective, we will not compromise in any way, shape, or form the dates that we have given you. And so I will now pitch it to my colleague, Laura, given the enormous work she has done with the annual conference committee on this to lay out what this might mean for you. So, Laura, what are some of the implications of
Yes.
this decision?
Yes, of course. Actually, the implications are quite positive. Even though we would like to meet in person, have the opportunity to engage as we have in the past, it is better this way. For many colleagues around the world, our international membership, this is also a welcome uh, news for us and a welcome pivot for our conference. The annual conference committee has been working so hard to create and select presenters who are really at the cusp of scholarship. And it's very exciting to see our chair, Teresa Avila, working also with the Council of Readers and all of the committee. So we will have more access to all of this. So this is the very exciting part about this change, is that now everyone will have access to the content. And there are still many opportunities for you, our membership, to connect with CAA in this virtual format. For example, we have the town hall meetings, which in 2021 were very successful. And as you recall, 2021 was a fully virtual conference. So we're excited to welcome all of you to these opportunities. And our convocation will still take place the same time, same date as scheduled. Our keynote address from Juan Salgado, the Chancellor of the City College of Chicago, will speak also as our keynote speaker, and will address the need and how his position on improving education and um, and economic opportunities. So the what else? Let's see. There's so much more. Um, I don't
Well,
want to
I'm
fill
delighted.
everyone's.
I have to share your excitement, Laura, because these things tend to work out how they should work out because now, as with this all virtual format, there are incredible ways for all participants to engage. And I would like to address a number of those specifically that the conference gives us an opportunity to do. One is, um, as currently planned, it's not going to change. We're going to have on February the 16th, I believe it is,
Yes,
um, we will have the presentation of the convocation, which is the official kickoff, actually, of the conference, as Laura just said. But along with that, we will also have the opportunity to look at, in a way that we have not done up to this point, the elements of repositioning the way CAA engages with the pipeline of different institutions, underserved populations, and different segments of our populations. of our constituency. And all of those, you will have a unique perspective from the presentation of Chancellor Salgado. So that will be something that will be different, and it technically kicks off the conference. Then you will have another opportunity. Everyone will to engage with us with the town hall. You will recall that we had wanted to have this town hall discussion in person. Now there'll be an opportunity to do so. And this town hall gives us the chance, A, to hear from CA leadership, board, and me articulating the repositioning of the organization to continue to meet your needs, as I indicated, historically, CA has done, changing with the times, responsive to the needs of all segments of our constituency. We will have the chance to engage with you about specific things that we're doing on that score. And that will be the town hall on Friday, February 18th. Then you will have yet another opportunity also. And March 5th, another town hall, actually, so that any issues we don't address at the 18th town hall, which will be virtual, you have a chance to address it. And among the many things we'll discuss will be the membership rollout. It will include the publications restructuring. It's among the things you have indicated to us you prioritize for engaging with CAA. And it will give us the chance to also discuss our technological infrastructure. Some of you have experienced it, I hope all, because at this point you would have confirmed your email addresses and the way you engage with us. You would have had a chance to visit us on the website. And so, and then of course, you are going to have this opportunity to give us your feedback. Above all, we want to hear from you. So I think having this three separate opportunities to engage with us, which would be unique under this format, would be a wonderful thing to do. And I come back to say, whatever you do after these conversations, you need to visit us on our website. Get to our website and you see all of the information. And if you don't have all the answers you need there, there's always a fallback position of info@collegeart.org if you are unable to get your questions answered there on the website, that is. But I have another question for Laura here. Now that we've taken care of the business, hearing the finances of CAA, hearing how we are repositioning to save you, hearing all of these, the opportunities that we'll have, three different ways as part of the conference for everybody, added bonus, um, the same rate now, as you can see, the extra advantage. Now, Laura, if I'm a participant or a presenter, what is the implication of this decision for me?
Well, there are many benefits. As CAA is pivoting to a fully online sessions, the sessions will be, for example, live as a single 90-minute Zoom meeting, each one of the sessions. So if you were part of an original in-person session, this gives you more time to prepare and files to upload and to send way in advance. You arrive prepared with your session ready to present. This is a great benefit for all of us. The February component, participants will receive guidance and also you can check the resource pages, which will be updated continually to meet your answers and questions and support you in this whole process. And so there will be some follow-up correspondence coming from us who, for example, are part of the February component of the conference. And also, as many of you who are listening to us right now are part of the February component participation of the conference, you had the option to be recorded or not, and so we will follow up with you on this. So but the March sessions participants, no change at all. It just goes on as it was planned. And I do want to remind everyone to register because many of us do wait for the last minute. And now we know it's time to register. So we are here to support you as we make the switch. Mehmet, tell us about how this pivot changes our registration. Could you tell us?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because as I indicated earlier, an added bonus for everybody is that we will now have every registrant access to everything. So, for those who have already registered for in person, there is a price differential. That price differential will now be eliminated because they will now pay the same as virtual and have access to everything. So everyone will now pay the same. Now, for those that have already registered as we speak right now, you will be hearing from us directly because we will give you three options for the difference in price. One, apply it toward the renewal of your membership. Two, donate it to CAA. Or three, get your money back, get a refund. We will contact you directly so you can let us know your preference. So, not to worry, every single person affected will hear from us. All those that have registered at this point will get direct communication that addresses their own particular set of issues.
It's been really wonderful to see how everyone at CAA has been so quick to, to respond to this.
Thank you so much, Laura. I am privileged, and I know that I speak on behalf of all of our members on the board in thanking you and acknowledging the amazing job that you've done uh, um, as VP of this annual conference, and you and all the members of the annual conference committee, the Council of Readers, and all those the presenters, the amazing scholarship that has gone into doing this. And this is exactly what you, all of our members, have been indicating to us. The historic levels of engagement in responding to our surveys and providing feedback. That was what you told us you wanted. And our response today in moving this 2022 annual conference to all virtual specifically speaks to your requests and your feedback, a primary fundamental of our repositioning to prioritize what you have signaled to us matters to you. And that is the excellence in scholarship, presenting the quantity of sessions in a way that is scalable, providing you opportunities to engage with the material, with each other, and with the presenters. We have sought to preserve that through this all virtual pivot. And we are also using this opportunity to explain further and provide opportunity for you to engage and give us feedback on our repositioning our technological infrastructure for us to continue to be in service to you and the field for the 21st century. And if the information you are able to obtain on the website uh, still leaves you with some questions, then by all means, feel free to reach out to us at info@collegeart.org. And so thanks, Laura, for this conversation.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.